Hi, my name is Becca Miller and I own Miller's Crossing Design. Today in my YouTube video, I'm going to be showing you how to paint a backsplash using clay paint. There's many ways of doing this on the internet. I'm certainly not the first person to do this, but I wanted to show you the way that I do it and kind of my rendition of it. So thank you so much for watching, and please message me if you have any questions at all. Today I'm going to be painting a backsplash, a tile backsplash. This is a kitchen that I repainted the kitchen cabinets for the client, and when we were done, she really didn't like the tile with it. So I offered to paint it for her, and she is super excited. So today I'm going to show you how to paint it. The very first step is you want to use sandpaper or a sanding machine. So you want to turn it on and just kind of lightly go over the tiles, and that's just to take a little bit of the shine off. Okay, so now that you've sanded it down, and you don't have to get too crazy with the sanding, just enough to kind of rough it up so the paint will adhere. I'm going to now use Crud Cutter to spray the area and get any kind of grease that's built up over the years. So you want to keep doing that until your rag is completely clean. And after that, you'll be ready to paint. Once your tile has dried, you're ready to go ahead and paint. And today I'm going to be using Debbie's Design Diary DIY clay paint. And what's great about this paint is it's clay based, so it goes on very, very thick. You do not need a primer. As long as your surface is cleaned very, very well. You normally don't have to sand, but with it being tile, I kind of wanted to rough it up a little bit, and then I can go ahead and start painting. I like to use Paint Pixie brushes because they're all natural hair and they really, really hold any type of chalk-based paint or clay paint really, really well. So the first thing you're going to want to do is use your brush to kind of go along the edges and kind of cut it in like you would if you were doing a wall. And then once you've cut in, you want to use a half nap roller, which is meant to go over a little bit more semi-smooth and rough surfaces. And as you can see, it really goes on really beautifully. Okay, so now that we have the 2 coats of the paint, I'm going to take a wet rag and I wet it under the sink. I kind of put my finger in it like this, and I'm just going to go along the edges here just to kind of break up the monochromatic of the clay paint. So it looks worn, looks vintagey. And then also over here, she had kind of like a detailed area, so I used gravel road over the top. Once that dried, then take a chip brush and I dip it into the first color, which is the prairie gray, and I just want to put a little bit in there like this, and then I want to blot it until there's barely anything left on it, and this is called dry brushing. And then I'm going to go over the detail of the brick, and it's going to pick it up in certain areas. See how it's just picking up right on the edges to give just some depth to this flat color. I'm gonna kind of wet it where it grabbed a little too much, and I'm also going to distress here to pull out some of that gold that's in the medallions, so it just doesn't look so painted, you know. It's gonna look like it was meant to be like this. I also want some of the tiles to poke through on the edges too, so I'm just using my finger in a wet rag. It's a great way to distress with clay paint. And I'm gonna continue to do this until it's done. And tomorrow, after it dries 24 hours, I will come back and do a water-based polyurethane over the top, and I'll show you the finished product. So we're back in my client's kitchen. It's been 24 hours since the tile has dried. And now I'm going over it with Modern Masters water-based polyurethane. I like this brand because it dries quickly, and when it's completely dry, it doesn't really have much of a sheen. So I just use, you know, brush, and it also it blends well, this particular poly, so you don't get a lot of streaks. And you could do 2 coats if you want to, but I think that one will be enough. I'm just using a brush, any synthetic brush. You can get varnish brushes right at any paint store. So the reason I was able to get this look really is because of this paint. I mean, you can get any beautiful look with any paint that you want, but to really get this depth and this textured look, it really is the DIY clay paint. The difference between this paint line and other paint lines that are on the market is there's no self-leveling in it at all. You're really able to manipulate it and get vintagey looks and blend. Some of the other paints that are on the market for furniture are wonderful, and you can get a gorgeous piece of furniture out of it if you're looking for just, a color, one-dimensional look, but this is really one of the only paints on the market that can really give you this rustic stone look that you can manipulate any way that you want. It's magic paint. I hope you liked the video. There's going to be definitely more coming, so please subscribe to my channel.